In part 2 of our Sifnos journey, we discover new shores and timeless villages, from the blue dome church of the Seven Martyrs to sun-kissed beaches, farm-to-table flavors and hilltop views that take your breath away. Our day begins at Vathi Beach, one of the most tranquil stretches of sand on Sifnos, the bay shaped like a soft crescent, with calm waters perfect for a peaceful swim. The beach is largely unorganized, which adds to its charm, just soft sand, calm water, and open space to truly unwind. Scattered along the shore are several tavernas right by the water, offering fresh, simple dishes with the sound of waves as your soundtrack. On the western edge of the beach, you'll find the Elias Resort, with its own private section for its guests. Just next to it is Nostos Beach Bar, where you can rent wooden sunbeds, comfortable and shaded, perfect for a relaxing day. They even have individual lock boxes beside each set, so you can safely store your belongings and fully relax. The cost is €40 per set, but for a few hours of seaside bliss, it's worth every moment. At the far end of the bay, almost blending into the shoreline, stands the Church of Taxiarchis, resting right at the water's edge, its white silhouette mirrored in the sea. We stayed in Vathi for lunch, settling into one of the most beloved beachfront tavernas, Tsikali. This is slow food at its best. The meats are raised on the family's own farm, and the cheeses are also produced by the family. With our toes in the sand, we enjoyed tender, slow-cooked lamb, chicken, manura cheese, and a refreshing Greek salad. After lunch, we lingered on the beach for a few more hours, just soaking in the light, the sea, and the slow Sifnian rhythm. On our way back to the parking area, we passed a sweet little donkey, just one of those simple, joyful sights that make island life feel so real. Municipality parking area is free of charge. You'll find these parking areas in most villages across Sifnos, and they are such a thoughtful detail for travelers. Next, we drove to Kastro, one of the island's most iconic and historic villages. Built like a fortress with layers of whitewashed houses and stone passageways, Kastro feels like stepping into another time. We walked towards the Church of the Seven Martyrs, perched dramatically on a rocky outcrop surrounded by the Aegean. It's one of the most photographed churches in Greece, and standing there in person, you understand why. It feels like a place suspended between heaven and sea. Next to the steps that lead towards the Church of the Seven Martyrs, you'll find the Loya Wine Bar, the most sought-after spot in the village, with cliffside tables and breathtaking sunset views. It's no surprise that reservations are essential here. From here, you'll also get perfect views of the Seralia Beach below. More on that later. The next morning, we drove to Faros, a sleepy fishing village nestled in a calm bay on the southeastern side of Sifnos. There are two beaches here, both quiet and sandy, gently cradled by the shoreline. We chose the one at the far end, more secluded, lined with tamarisk trees that sway gently above the sand. It's completely unorganized, with a soft sandy seabed and clear shallow waters. From the end of the beach, a stone path leads along the coast, a peaceful walk with stunning views that takes you all the way to the Monastery of Chrisopigi, perched on its own rocky peninsula, as if anchored between the sea and the sky. Sifnos is a walker's paradise, with a network of well-marked hiking trails connecting beaches, villages, and monasteries for those who want to explore the island on foot. There are several tavernas in the area of Faros where you can enjoy a delicious lunch by the sea. That evening, we made our way back in the direction of Kastro, heading down to the hidden cove of Seralia Beach for something truly special, dinner at Cantina. So we're actually going to go and dine over there. It's called Cantina. It's one of the award-winning restaurants here on the island, and Obama dined here a couple of years ago. So let's go and try it. And we have to go down 100 steps to get to our destination. Follow me. Set right on the waterfront, this award-winning restaurant is one of the most talked about dining spots on the island. We had made a reservation well in advance, and for good reason. If you're looking to enjoy a hearty, fresh seafood meal, Captain Sifakis is also another great option. In the summer of 2023, Cantina made international headlines when it hosted none other than Barack and Michelle Obama, along with their daughters Malia and Sasha, and their good friends Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. At Cantina, Chef Yorgos Samoilis curated a thoughtful sharing menu, refined yet rooted in Greek tradition. We started with a chilled choriatiki soup, light, refreshing, and the perfect welcome. Then came thinly sliced local beef fillet, paired with celery pesto, aged goat cheese, and capers, delicate and flavorful. The chickpea panise was absolutely divine. Amberjack gyros grilled over charcoal and served with warm pita, dill dressing, and pickled mustard seed brought a creative twist to something deeply familiar. And then we enjoyed the slow-cooked beef short ribs finished with a bone-glazed handmade lemnos pasta and a dollop of house-made sheep yogurt, rich, tender, and unforgettable. Dinner at Cantina is an absolute must. On our final morning in Sifnos, we woke up early. The Meltemi winds had finally calmed. With the bay still and inviting, we took a refreshing dip at Kamares Beach, the kind of morning swim that clears your mind and fills your soul. Back at our hotel, we enjoyed one last breakfast on the terrace, some tea, and a slice of freshly baked cake, lovingly prepared by the owner, just like every morning of our stay. Before leaving Sifnos, we made a stop to the noble village of Artemonas, with its neoclassical homes, narrow flower-filled lanes, and timeless charm. At its heart is the Theodorou Pastry Shop, where Vasilodimos and his 90-year-old mother, Miss Katerina, continue a sweet tradition that began in 1933. In their century-old workshop, with its signature blue doors and windows, they have handcrafted countless almond delicacies, each one made by hand over charcoal in copper pots. We picked up their signature sweets, soft white and dark Theodorou, pear-shaped raw almond treats, and golden oven-baked varieties once reserved for weddings, festivals, and baptism. This pastry shop is a true taste of Sifnos. Later that day, we made our way to Apollonia, the capital of Sifnos and one of the island's officially protected traditional settlements. Built gracefully across 3 hills, it's a blend of timeless Cycladic architecture and a vibrant village life. We briefly followed the traditional path that winds through whitewashed houses and blooming courtyards, connecting Apollonia to Ano Petali, one of the oldest settlements on the island. On our way, we stopped at Panagia Geraniofora Church. You'll recognize it from the ancient column in the middle of its yard. This village is more than beautiful. It's the island's beating heart. Here you'll find banks, the post office, pharmacies, the health clinic, the municipal building, and the island's main bus and taxi stations. Just outside the post office is the hub for buses to Kamares, while the main junction connects you to all other villages and beaches. Along its stone-paved lanes, especially the famous alley which stretches towards Katavati, you will find a little of everything: old chapels, boutiques, cozy cafes, tavernas, bars, and artisan workshops. By day it's peaceful, by night it comes alive with music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses under starlit skies. In Rambaga Square stands the bust of Kleanthes Triantafylou, Sifnian poet, political satirist, and fearless publisher of the progressive magazine Rambaga, whose legacy stirred minds and spirits in 19th century Athens. The road leads to the impressive Agios Spiridon Church, which is also the metropolitan cathedral of the island. We also picked up a few cheeses from this shop and then headed back to Kamares for lunch. We sat down in Meropi Tavern, which is right by the port. We ordered their famous chickpeas fritters, wild greens, fresh fried squid, grilled sardines, and rooster cooked in red wine sauce. Everything was excellent. After lunch, we waited for the ferry that would take us home to Piraeus. Hearts full, cameras full, and minds already dreaming of our return. If you missed part 1 of our Sifnos adventure, you'll find the link and all the details in the comments below, along with a link to my website, where you can find more stories and travel tips from Greece and beyond. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss what's coming next.